Hi, my name's Casey. I was born and raised just north of San Luis Obispo, in a very, very, very small town called Santa Margarita. I lived there for the first 18 years of my life. I went to elementary school there. There was 30 kids total in my entire grade, and we were actually one of the largest classes that had ever been there when I was going there. And it was a very, very small town. The population was less than 1,200, I believe. So with all the typical small town things, obviously the churches had a very big impact on the community, and there's actually two churches in the tiny little town of Santa Margarita. There's a Catholic church and then there's a community Christian church, and they're about 2 blocks apart. And they both play very, very big roles in the community, but that is the only type of those are the only religions that are really present in the wonderful little town of Santa Margarita. So religious diversity is really not a thing in tiny, tiny little towns like that. This is one of the churches in Santa Margarita, specifically the Catholic Church. This is the one that I would say most people in Santa Margarita do attend. The couple of times that I have attended religious services have been at this church. 18, and I moved to the other side of the grade towards San Luis Obispo, which is where I live now. I would say that my experience with religion was definitely broadened. Prior to that, hadn't really thought about any religions other than Catholic and Christianity, because that's just what I knew from growing up in a small town. So moving slow was definitely very eye-opening. There were so many different types of religion that you just see on a daily basis. Even just walking downtown at the farmer's market, there's so many different booths with information about so many different religions. On campus, there's always so many different booths and people spreading the message of whatever their religion is. So I definitely have learned so much more living in slow, simply just existing in slow. Honestly, I've found that my knowledge on religion has grown so much, and I'm very thankful for that. Living in slow and attending Cal Poly has also allowed me to meet a lot of different people who have had very similar experiences with religion and also very different experiences with religion. So it's been really cool to meet so many different types of people from so many different types of backgrounds as well. And the more you talk to new people, the more you learn about them. There's people that I never would have guessed had drastically different religious views and religious upbringings than I did. So it's been really cool to learn more about that and kind of uncover more about that.
Hi, my name's Malia and I am Buddhist. I started practicing this religion through my grandma, who is Japanese, which is a very common religion in Japan. One of the main practices that we learn in Buddhism is finding enlightenment, which basically is escaping from suffering. We don't believe in a God, but we do believe in other supernatural figures. Some things that I like to practice is finding happiness and peace and trying to work on myself, and then just eliminating all hatred. And some of my ways that I find happiness and peace is being outdoors and being with my friends and family. I do think that slow could be a little more religiously diverse, but there are a lot of options for people that have different religions here. There's a lot of different temples and churches and mosques for people here, which is great. But I will say most of the people that I encounter don't share my same religion or typically fall under a certain religion that's very common.
Hi, my name is Catherine Pless, and I practice Christianity. I was baptized when I was a baby. My mom and dad were both raised in the Christianity religion. My dad practiced Catholicism, and my mom was Presbyterian. We grew up going to Presbyterian church when I was younger, and I've chosen to go to a non-denominational church when I was in high school. Ever since then, moving to SLO, I've gone to a bunch of different Christian churches around the area. I believe that there is only one God. I believe He is the Father of Jesus Christ, who died for our sins. And that's it.
I think that living in SLO has definitely opened my eyes to how accessible religion is to me. Even just on my short walks from my house to coffee shops downtown, I pass 3 different churches on my way there. On my drive to school, I pass a Buddhist temple, and on my drive to work, I pass a mosque. So it really is out there. I just didn't necessarily have my eyes open for it prior. As someone who didn't necessarily grow up under any specific religion or practicing any religion, I think it's really reassuring to know that if I ever were to seek out a new path or tradition, that there is so many offered in SLO that are accessible to me. So I am very fortunate and very thankful to be living in a much more religiously diverse place like SLO, compared to my hometown of Santa Margarita that had more churches than gas stations that were all pretty much the same. So very thankful to be experiencing more diversity, and I'm very excited to continue to learn more about the religion around me.